Greetings, people. So this is the dashboard of the conversation that I had with Evidence Chari. Even though he was using an anonymous number, I still knew that this was Evidence Chari, and he approached me on the 13th of October. People, listen, I can't make any of this up. This was Evidence Chari. Those who know Evidence Chari, they will relate as I get through the conversations. And when I get to the final part, I'll hit the last nail on the coffin, and all of you know who Evidence Chari really is. So the conversation started like this. And the main reason why Evidence Chari approached me, he gave me 90% of the stories that I assume to be true. I assume them to be very, very true because Evidence Chari is very close to Makandiwa. And Evidence Chari knows all the shenanigans of all the other sons of Emmanuel Makandiwa. But his main agenda was to trick me and to trap me. How? By giving me 10% of the stories to be false. And this 10% were centered on him. He wanted to come back so hard so that he can defend himself and defend his father. So he gave me about 3 or 4 stories about him, which were false, which were lies, which made me realize that what he's trying to do is to make me publish those stories. Once I publish them, he can now hit me back on his page and say, people, like I told you before, Xavier is lying. Look on this that he posted, and look, this is the truth, but I was smarter. They don't call me Prof X for nothing. I was smarter. I gave him the rope and he hung himself. So I want you to flow with me on this conversation. And the other reason why he approached me, he was trying so hard to give me stories about him so that he can convince the other sons and Makandiwa that he was not working with me, because he was under pressure of being asked, why is this guy not exposing you alone? Why is he only exposing other sons in Makandiwa but leaving you? Are you working together or are you not? So he was trying so hard to push me to post much about him so that he can go to them and say, no, look, he's also exposing me. Okay, so but let's get down to what? To the convo. This is the conversation. So this is when he approached me, and this was his greeting. My brother, I got your number from the page. I like what you're doing. I got more information that can put Makandiwa's people on their toes. Oh man, I'll be like, bring it on, brother. And then he goes on to say, I'm not going to give you cold stories. I'll give you what will hit the nerve only. If you see the stories fit, just put it in there and see their reaction. And then I'll be like, I'm curiously waiting. He says, this I'm giving you. No public knows about it except the inner circle. Then I said, bring it on. And the first story that he gave me was about Joe Williams. So Joe Williams, if you're watching this video, just know that your secret or the publication that I made about you, it came from your brother. And the story about Joe Williams was a scandal of him getting arrested. And according to Evidence Chari, according to the information that he sent me, he was basically saying Joe Williams was arrested in Mozambique, Maputo. And the reason why he was arrested is because he was transporting Makandiwa's gold and diamonds illegally from Mutare, from Makandiwa's gold mines in Zimbabwe to Mozambique. He even gave me specific details of the people that were paid by Makandiwa to set Joe Williams up. So that was basically his entire story. To expose Joe Williams. So this is the story, and check as well the one that I published. I just took it as it was and then I posted it. Then I went on to ask, do you have Joe Williams' picture? And then he'd be like, yes, there is the picture. And then he sent me the Joe Williams picture. And then he was explaining to me now that that's why he can't do anything now. Once he make noise, they'll silence him. Once he make noise, they'll silence him. He's referring to Makandiwa that if this young man called Joe Williams voice up about anything that he has to do with Makandiwa now, he will be silenced. He also goes on to say, but Angel likes him. Joe Williams will soon join Angel, and that will be his rise. So me, I'm curious also. I'm asking Chari, where was he arrested? And then he goes on to say he was arrested in Maputo. And the guy that was sent to arrest him is called Bernardino Rafael. This is the guy who was paid to arrest Joe Williams. Lo, I've given you a bomb with the names that they know. So Makandiwa, if you're watching this video, did you pay Bernardino Raphael to arrest Joe Williams? Confess, my brother. If you did, say it. Say it, you did it. Because your son, Evidence Chari, he said you did it. And he cannot come up with these names. I doubt he can. Could he be coming up with names? I don't think so. I don't think so. Chari knows too much. He knows everything. No one can know this information except for Chari. Then the one for Joe Williams, I posted it. Here's the post for the one that I posted about Joe Williams. And I explained everything. The next day, Joe Williams called me fuming. You can check the link of the video of Joe Williams fuming about the publication I had made about him. So on 14 October, he comes back again to me. Bro, then I'll be like, what's up, bro? And then now he wants to give me something about him. Then he says, I'm going to give you a Chari. I'm going to give you a story about Chari. And then I'll be like, okay, send it. And then he'll be like, once I pack, I'll send it. And then I said, okay. So now, after I did the research about Joe Williams, I asked him again, was Joe arrested for stones or for kidnapping? Because on the research I did, Joe was arrested for kidnapping. The charges were not much about stones, but they were mainly focused on kidnapping. So he goes on to explain. Kidnapping is another story, which was organized by Ara. So Chari is saying that the reason why Joe Williams was arrested for kidnapping, the whole thing was set up by Ara. And then he went on to explain. And you know who Ara is? Ara is Makandiwa's young brother. So he's saying the kidnapping story is not the reason why Joe Williams was arrested. The main reason he was arrested was because of the stones. The kidnapping one was fabricated and managed by Ara Makandiwa. Check the dates Ara went there. And in a few months, Joe was arrested for kidnapping. So he got arrested twice, remember. I said I have many stories. Check the kidnapping story, how it went. He was encouraged by the police to kidnap a guy and beat him up. And when they were about to execute, the same police turned against Joe and arrested him. Tell me who paid those police. That transaction was via Western Union to a guy called Jim. Guys, Makandiwa, Ara Makandiwa in Makandiwa, do you know a guy called Jim? Did you send money via Western Union to a guy called Jim? He's a bouncer. He's the one who then paid the police to arrest Joe Williams. So Chari say the kidnapping was organized by Ara. Ara once went to Mozambique to Joe Williams' church service. And he's saying that after that service, that's where Ara did all the logistics of how they can set up Joe Williams. And when Ara was done with the logistics, he went back to Zimbabwe or to South Africa, I don't know. And as soon as Ara left, Joe Williams was arrested. This is according to the script that I got from Chari. And then that one, I published it. You can even check. This is the poster when Ara went to Joe Williams' church that Chari was referring to. So and then, okay, let me give you a current one about, and then we finish that one of Joe Williams. Then he comes here now. Then he said, let me give you a current one about Chari. Though there are many about him that I know, but the current and the very confidential one is the one that I'm going to give you. And then he said, and then I said, okay. And then on his one, he gave me the false one about his eviction. He gave me a false story about his eviction. So what he wanted to do with this story that he gave me, he wanted me to post it, and I did post it, but I was smart enough. When I posted it, I put a disclaimer that, listen, this story, I got it as it is, so that I take away the leverage from him of hitting me back and say, this guy is lying, look, I'm still at the house. This story was accurate, but it's not recent. The only time Chari was fired was removed from the house that he was staying in for failure of paying off rental. It was some time back, but he used that very story of years ago to try to trick me into posting this story as if it was recent. This whole thing was a lie. This whole article that he gave me was a lie. And look, this is how I posted it. So what he intended to do was to hit back at me now with this story and say, don't listen to this guy. He's lying. But I was smart, you know. I'm always smart. I'm forever smart because I knew it was him. Even the way he wrote this whole script about his eviction. I went to the house where he said he was evicted. He does not know. And I asked the security, did anyone move yesterday? as this guy is claiming and saying, and there wasn't. Then that's when I knew this is Chari that I'm talking to. He even went on to send me pictures of the landlord that he claims to have gone to UbIC Angel and they connived to suck Chari out of the house. So I asked him, how accurate is this one? And then he laughs and he'd be like, at this stage is 101%. Maybe it will be 90% accurate tomorrow or any other day when he moves into another apartment. What I can say is the trick. What I can say is the trick that the truck, he meant to say the truck. What I can say is that the truck that loaded these couches is mine. Come on, it's not adding up. It's not adding up. The truck that loaded Chari's things from his house is yours. Come on, this was lame. He was lame. So me, I'm curious now. I just want to push him and get him to expose himself more. I'm asking him, but how are you connected to them all? Law, I'm connected to them for 3 years now. And a few guys from Angel's side. With Angel, we talk here and there. So Makandiwa, if you're watching, Chari and Angel are talking. That's what he's saying here. Then I asked him again, is Chari together with his wife and kids at the hotel? Because I had seen Chari signing in Botswana. Then he realized that something was wrong with this script. He went on to say, he was there since yesterday. He left today for a program outside the country. So is this guy following Chari everywhere he is? Whatever that he's doing, he's everywhere. Where Chari is, that he knows all this information. Okay. Then I said, okay, I'll post tomorrow when we are 100% sure. Because I just saw his recent post in Botswana. And then he'd be like, he left them by the hotel. My stories are not far-fetched. They are current happenings. He will wonder where you are getting it. My driver and 2 guys who helped him. It's a truck. Who helped him? It's a truck. With the truck are South Africans. But they told me. How did they tell you? They are your drivers. Okay, they are your drivers. They told you. Chari, this was lame, brother. And then I was asking him, what's the name of the estate? Then he'll be like, let me ask my driver now. Then I said, okay. Then he said, it's Lombardi in Silver Lakes. Chari, you do not call anyone. You don't ask anyone here. Then he'd be like, tomorrow I'll give you one of how Angel spat on Makandiwa's face by taking his sons when he came from UK recently. I'm sure you've heard about it by now. So Makandiwa's sons, those ones that left UbIC Angel, that article that I wrote about you guys, it was coming from Chari. He was fighting you. He was fighting you for leaving Makandiwa. And then I said, no, I don't know about that story. How so? It trended and Chari had to call Angel a pig. Do you see how Chari is making this whole thing about him? He is making everything about him. If you talk to Angel, just ask him about what? About that, he will tell you. I'll give you that one later in details. So he was just trying to find out if I talked to Angel or not. Then I said, okay. So later came and Chari gave me the full story. This is a quick one. Just short, but it happened, law. When Angel finally came from UK, this is the article that Chari gave me to post. Then if you listen to this article, there are points whereby he will glorify himself in everything. And he will glorify himself in everything. Listen to this article. So one of the sons of Makandiwa, he came fuming about this article that I posted, declining, refusing all these allegations. So this was the story. Let me read it out loud for you. When Angel finally came from UK becoming an ambassador, he tried to get hold of Makandiwa, but it wasn't fruitful. In the process, he got angry and spat on Makandiwa's face by showing him how powerful he is. You won't believe what he did. He took many sons of Makandiwa and they all left Makandiwa as we speak. He has bought those sons cars, given them some cash to convince them that he's the real deal. And surely he did. Listen to this part now. This is the interesting part. In the process, he tried to get Chari. But Chari, being hard-headed, as usual, didn't give in to but rather he went on Facebook and posted attacking those sons that you're eating from dustbins and Angel is a pig. Do you see how he glorifies himself in every scenario? The post didn't take 24 hours. He deleted it. I'm sure after being advised to take it down. From there, it's been war inside the camp of sons that they did. Why did they join Angel? And as it seems, Angel is not stopping. He's taking them. And then he sent me pictures of Angel with one of the sons called Ethan Guara. He sent me another picture with Arthur Buranda. He sent me another picture with Aldridge Marufu. Yo, Aldridge Marufu came filming. He denied. He came filming. He came filming that, no, man, you can't be posting things like this. I don't know about what you're saying. Outreach, my friend, go to Chari. Chari is the one who gave me that information that I posted about you, the sons that are leaving Makandiwa for Angel. And then he sent me this a video. And then now I'm asking, but who are you though? I just want him to keep tying himself on the rope. Kikiki, you know the rules of the game. No names. You just verify the stories I give you. I used to work with both parties in media. Which media? Come on. At first I thought it was this guy, what's his name, Maynard. But I realized, come on, he can't be the one that's sending me this. This can only be Chari. Yeah, right. I just want to be sure you're not working for Zim Team undercover. And then he went on, he goes back again to his story of eviction. With how quick they are, did you hear Chari responding to the house story? And then I'll be like, no, he's silent. So now he's trying to validate his stories that even Chari did not respond to that story of eviction that you posted. He could have made a video already at the house. But how could you have responded with the way that I structured that story, with the disclaimer that I had put on the story? You had no love rage at all. So you couldn't post it. He couldn't post it or fight back that I was lying. So we go on. Then he says, if it was a lie by now, he could have recorded a video or something. But where is he? Then I just said, true. Then he comes again on 16 October. Good afternoon, boss. Good day to you. And then was the other guys went quiet. Know the story, they can argue. He's just saying, did you see that on the previous stories of the sons leaving Makandiwa to Angel? They did not respond anything. They all went quiet. Then I was like, I noticed. Was waiting for their pushback also. Lord, they won't. Then now he's saying, they will never. Otherwise, Angel will ask them why they are defending Makandiwa right now. Just this morning, there was a meeting of pastors, emergency meeting. So now he's telling me this information that there was an emergency meeting after I posted about sons leaving Makandiwa to Angel. And then I was asking, meeting where? Then he said it was in Mount Hamden. Mount Hamden must be somewhere in Harare, I don't know. Yeah, somewhere there. And then he's saying the reason for the meeting was to strengthen their side. And it was triggered by the post you made of pastors going to submit under Angel. It was a gathering of pastors trying to unite and not divide. Which they never did. It's a strategy to keep the team together. Then I'm asking, so the meeting actually happened. Then he said, let me get latest. I was even there. Then I'm asking, you were even there. Just yesterday you were telling me that you were in South Africa moving Chari's things from the house that he was evicted. And now you are saying you were there in Harare, in Zim. My brother, get your story together. Chari, get your story together now. You are exposing yourself too much. You're making too many mistakes. Your script is not planned. You are just coming here with emotions. You're pushing things. You're pushing the war here. Your things are not adding up. So then I asked also, was Ara there? I just wanted to divert him a little bit so that I don't expose him for his lies. So I asked, was Ara there? Then he said, no, he wasn't. I guess he's in Ara. I always ask about Ara because Ara is Makandiwa's young brother. Then he said, okay, I'm going to the shop. Once I'm there, then I type. Me, I went there to deliver meat and drinks with my bag. My guy, you went to deliver what? Meat and drinks? Yesterday you were picking Chari's things from his house. Today you are delivering meat and drinks. Then I'm asking him, are you operating in Zim or SA? And he said both sides. They still trust me there. So I delivered the food and left. Then I said, okay, I see. Then he keeps on to say, hit the nail. Then I said, yeah. So now he gives me the story about the meeting that he proclaims to have taken place. So this is the script that he gave me. And I posted it as it was. And his point is just trying to make is the reason why they held the meeting was because of the information that he gave me. So that I can still have more confidence in him. I don't know if the meeting happened or if the meeting didn't happen. But according to Chari, he said it did happen. So that I'll believe him more. Then I said, okay, I'll dance to your tune until you hang yourself. Eventually you will hang yourself. If I don't post your things, I will not drive you to the edge where I want you to be, where you will expose yourself. And eventually you did. Keep watching, keep following. So we went, and then I said, dope. Then tell me when you need insight on any story you want to address. If I have information, I'll give you. If I don't, I'll tell you. And then I said, fair enough. Then I asked him, then he asked me, is it true about Chari at some place called Father? At some point, balcony outside the restaurant, seems there's a recording, CCTV. Then I asked him, who does? You see, he's trying to drive me to a conversation whereby we talk about him, about the meetings that about a meeting that we once had at Court Father. He wanted me to post that video so that he can prove. He wanted me to post that video and expose him so that he can prove to Makandiwa and other sons that he's not working with me. Then I asked him, who does? Then I told him I'm the only one with the footages from Court Father. And even when we once met Ara, then he says to Makandiwas, no, you are not the only one though. My two eyes saw it, unless you are the one who leaked it out. Then I knew, this is Chari, no one else. Then I said, I haven't leaked it out. Then I just said, okay, let's leave it. This information is not important. Chari is not relevant. And then, you see, in all these other conversations, what Chari is doing is trying to push me to talk about him. He wants me to talk about him. He's desperate for me to talk about him. And the reason why he wants me to talk about him and publish content that has anything to do with him, so that he can clear his name to the Makandiwa's, side, that he's not with me. He just he's desperate to clear his name, to make them all believe that he's nothing. He's not involved in any of the news that is leaking. Because all of them, they were now suspecting him that, Chari, you are the one who's leaking this information. There's no one else. So for him, he had to come and convince me to post much about him. But I knew, and I didn't, and I kept on hitting others, and I left him out. If you can pause the videos, you can read everything that is here. I just want us to move fast so that I can get you to the points to where they will expose that this was Chari. So on this one, he sent me another story. And this story involves Pinkton Zimbanet. Chari is something else. So this is the entire story. Pause the video and read the entire story. I don't want to read it out loud for you. Just pause the video and read the entire story. This is the story that Chari sent, and this story was involving these two. And one of the sisters came out guns blazing as well, saying, no, it never happened. And Chari was 100% sure that this story was legit. So you can pause the video and read so that we don't end up wasting much time on reading stories. So I'm asking, so this is the yellow bone that Ara slept with and set it up with Pinkton? And then Chari said yes. So Ara, when you slept with this girl, according to Chari, she's from a rich family. So I'm asking, when Pinkton married the yellow bone, was she still pregnant or she removed? And then he said she removed. And the wife Pinkton divorced, was it Ruth Makandiwa's sister? No, she's the sister of a pastor who's in the church as well. The one who's Ruth's sister. They dated in the early days until the lover boy. And the lover boy is Mjiji from Cape Town. So Mjiji came and took Pinkton's girlfriend, who happens to be Ruth Makandiwa's young sister. Then he goes on, okay, bruh. So you can pause the videos. I just want us to go straight. I can see the video is running at 23 minutes now, which is a little bit too long than I expected. So this is some of the conversation that I was having with him. This is what reply my comment. I just want us to get to the ones that hit home. Okay, bro, when you need some, okay, you can pause where you need, where you see the need. And then Shaky, the story that I wrote about you again, it came from Chari. Here's the story. Shaky Timburwa. This came from Chari, my brother. You can pause the video and read. So I wanted to get something about this guy. So I sent him this picture. Then I asked him, do you know this guy? What's the story? What's this guy's story? And then he told me this. Ex-soldier, very skilled, trained, security, what. Do not mind, is the guy who Makandiwa uses to delete his enemies. Check this post that I posted. Exactly as I got it from Evidence Chari. Many people fear him because of his commitment to Makandiwa. He doesn't have friends in the church. He's the one guy who drives out Makandiwa at night when he's going to see girlfriends. So when Makandiwa is going to see girlfriends, he goes to the Lord Mado. According to what? According to Chari's script. So this is the post that I posted about this guy. He's dirty man. You can pause the video and watch it at your own time. Chari exposed behind the death of the Chinese boy. This is the other story about him that he sent me. That was for. So this is the story that he sends me again. And on this story, what he was trying again to do, you see, the first trial that he tried about the house issue did not work. So here he was trying again to use this one as the comeback to trap me and use me to post a false story about him so that he can hit back on me. This is how the story reads. Evidence Chari exposed secret behind the death of the Chinese boy. There's a video that J. Israel did exposing how Chari hit a Chinese boy and he was not arrested and whatnot. So let's read it. Reasons why it had to be a Chinese boy is that evidence was told to sacrifice a foreigner since he's based out of Zim. He was told to sacrifice a foreigner since he's based out of Zim. Let's see. Okay, the incoming call. When the accident happened, it was, come on, stop calling me. I'm busy. When the accident happened, it was kept a secret until J. Israel got information from Chari's. Then the driver, Mpo Ngomezulu. Yeah, he's putting in names so that I can feel it to be legit. Reasons it was kept a secret is because Chari wanted to wrap up initiations that took place in Ghana to 9 days. Why is it the day after the accident, Chari went to Ghana? What happened to the case? Why is he not in jail? Let's dig deeper. The main reason why he's sending me this story is so that I can post about it. And when I post about it, he will come back to me and say I was lying. Then I asked him, did he go to Ghana? Then he said immediately after the accident. He was there for 9 days. And when he came back, he did a conference where he had traditional dancers in church. Then I looked at the pictures. Then at one point I thought, oh, really? So it kind of really happened. He went to Ghana and then he came back and he hired traditional dancers as a sign of the initiation process and, acknowledging the ancestors. But I just don't post things. I had to dig deeper as well. I went to Chari's posts. Then I checked. In my mind, I knew this was not a traditional dance or any kind of a thing. Then I checked, when were these pictures taken? And then on his account, this was on Heritage Day. These were not traditional dancers. These were his sons in church that he told to dress traditionally since it was South African Heritage Day. And then I knew this guy is trying to play me. I did not post this one. So I wanted to test his emotions. If you check this script, you will see that on this date, Chari posted this, I think it was Heritage Day. That's when he posted it. So he just took this picture to try to convince me. He thought I'm stupid. And he thought I would just post it as it is to confirm that Chari did hire traditional dancers. Then I was like, Then he said, no. Then I said, I'll post. And then he said he will sleep with his shoes. So instead of posting this one, I posted something different just to try to test the waters and see how he will react to it. And when I posted that, he came back, and then he said, Lo, you could have just told me that you don't want Chari's stories or any other UfIC pastor stories than to make it like I'm against you, bruh. And the reason why he texted me this is because of this post. This is the reason why he texted me this message, because I had not posted this, but I posted this instead. Then I tried to cool him off, and I was like, this wasn't about you. But I post all your stories. Now I'm trying to convince him to keep sending me so that I can trap him also. So and then he was like, that's when I wondered. Remember I told you I used to be close to Chari 2 years ago. You used to be close to Chari? So maybe I thought since I sent you this one yesterday, you thought I'm one of those people that give you lies. Come on, man, I had already seen it that you're giving me lies. These are lies. This story, it was not legit. Now I could have told you point blank. Then he said no worries, and then he laughed. And then this picture now, this is the picture that he sent me that confirms that I was talking to evidence Chari. I want you to look at this screenshot that he sent me. This screenshot, if you have eyes, you will know. If you have eyes, you will know. And then on this screenshot, he said, Lo, I told you it's tough here. Homeless to relocation. So Chari and Gambakwe, they are kind of close. They send each other information. So the reason why he sent Gambakwe about his relocation to Botswana was to try to convince me that Chari was really moved out of his, was really removed from his house. So this article, he took a screenshot with his phone so that he can send me to convince me that he was really taken out of the house. He was staying in Pretoria to push me again so that I post that article. about him being evicted from the Pretoria house. I think he paid Gambakwe to post this. So on this screenshot, I want you to look at something. I'm going to click on it now. I'm going to click on it. What do you see on this screenshot? That points at Chari. That shows that it's Chari who took this screenshot. Look, take your time, read the story. And the only reason that he asked Gambakwe to post this story was so that I will believe that Chari was truly evicted from his Pretoria house. I told you a long time ago that this person that I'm chatting with here, this number, it belongs to Evidence Chari, this number. And he sent me this on 22 October. On this day, that's when he made the biggest mistake of his life. The biggest mistake of his life. If you know what I mean, if you can see what I saw. This is the screenshot that he sent me from his phone. On this screenshot, what do you see? I'm going to ask you again. That shows you that this is Evidence Chari that took this screenshot. Look here. If you can go and take a screenshot from anyone's post, if you check on this corner here, what do you see on this corner here? What do you see here? Here. What do you see? Whose picture? Whose profile picture is this? Okay, let's wait. Let's go back. This is the profile picture that is here. Whose profile? Who's this? Does it look like someone that you know? Let's come back again to this screenshot. This screenshot that he sent me. Do you see the guy at the bottom there? Who is he? This can mean two things. It's either Chari is also managing the Gambakwe page. He's also an admin on the Gambakwe page. He bought shares of some sort. Or Chari took this screenshot on Gambakwe's page and forgot to hide out his face at this bottom when he sent me this screenshot, so that I'll know that this screenshot was taken by the person who's sending me this screenshot. This screenshot alone, it proves that Chari is the one that has been giving me all the information that is on this chat. All of it. When I say all of it, I mean all the information on this chat was coming from Evidence Chari. This screenshot was the last nail on the coffin. There is no, I think you would think this screenshot was made up. This was not made up. This came from him. You understand? When he was telling me about Evidence Chari being, so Makandiwa, now you know your son, who he is. The rest, whatever, I will drop the mic from now. I'll do another video to continue this chat. But for now, let's stop here. Digest it. Think about it. Go. I know. Do you know what he's going to do? He'll probably ask one of his sons to put his profile picture. To put his profile picture on their Facebook profiles, so that it will look like them. But we will check when that profile picture was uploaded. The boy at this corner here, my friends, this corner here, this corner here, this corner here, keep your eyes. This corner, this boy here, this is Evidence Chari, son of Emmanuel Makandiwa. So I'll drop the mic for now. Digest and process. So all the other sons of Makandiwa that to feel the heat and the pain and the whatnot that went through and everything. Now you know where all this information was coming from. And I still have more information in this chat. This information, we only stopped talking on the 22nd of October. I still have a lot of other information at the bottom that I'll do another video. But for the sake of time, this video is already ran for about 30-something minutes. But now you can have an idea of who Evidence Chari is. So we say adios for now, till I do the part 2. The part 2, I'm not going to be convincing you who was giving me information. I'm just going to be talking about the other things that we spoke about. The other information that he gave me concerning Emmanuel Makandiwa, concerning the other sons, concerning everyone in UfIC. Adios for now.